3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Family and friends, welcome back once again to an episode of the 4 Point Plate podcast. You know who it is. This is Eli. I had to tell you anyway. Joined by Kyle, Yusuf, and Zion.
What's up?
Again, this time.
What's up, everyone?
Hey, what's up to everyone on YouTube, too? It's our first time seeing you guys.
You can see us now.
Can actually see what we look like.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome, honestly.
I'm sorry I hid my face for so long. I know you guys were dying to see it.
Needed this content, so we're here to deliver it directly to you. So I want to just get straight into it because there's a lot to talk about since our last episode. James Harden is now a 76er. Ben Simmons is a Brooklyn Net.
Scary.
Kristaps Porzingis is a Washington Wizard.
Scary.
Spooky.
Sabonis is a Sacramento King.
He's a king. He's always been a king.
He's always been a king.
He's always been a king. Tyrese Halliburton is a Pacer now.
Truth.
Tyrese was betrayed.
Backstabbed.
Bamboozled.
Let it play.
What else? CJ McCollum.
CJ McCollum.
DiVincenzo is a king.
That's
Serge Ibaka is a buck.
Yeah, sure. Serge Ibaka is a buck.
He's a buck. That's
and
true.
his freedom is
Bobby
unemployed.
Portis is. Oh yeah, he's free.
Freedom is free.
On
He's
the
free
couch.
now.
I hate that man.
Derrick White is a Celtic.
That's actually big.
Yeah.
That is.
I wanted to go through and do a tally of how many teams actually did trades.
22.
I felt like, how many?
22.
22. 22 teams did
I like
trades.
how you had that available.
Yeah, thanks for that. That was clutch.
Got you.
Russell Westbrook is a Laker.
None of them
Still a Laker.
None of them were the Lakers, who I felt like we're gonna do something.
Russell Westbrook is going to get bought out.
You would think, right? Wait, what? No way.
No way.
No shot. I feel like they'd rather just bench him than fucking.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they bench him though, he might have Frank Vogel murdered. So I'm not sure if that's going to work. So.
Yeah, it wouldn't do great for team chemistry if you're just sitting on the bench,
Wow.
pouting.
That is
I mean,
true.
that's why he missed a game because according to him, he was not used to the substitution patterns. So sitting that much was really screwed
His
him
body
up.
was getting stiff. Yeah.
Yeah, sitting too long hurts my back too. Dude.
Wildest
When he
thing
said
I've ever
that,
heard.
he was tied for the league lead in minutes. So it's quite a statement to make.
Gotta get some more comfy chairs in Los Angeles.
But speaking of trades, I guess we should start at the James Harden trade because that's the big one. We can, I think everyone's excited to see what Harden and Embiid can do together when he plays. I mean, he's going to be out through the All-Star break and more. But what are y'all's initial thoughts on the trade?
I mean, as a lifelong Sixer fan, I'm very excited for this. I've been saying all the Sixers need to do is trade Ben Simmons, and they're close. But in all seriousness, I think it's really good.
Hot take.
Never heard that one before.
Yeah.
Get James Harden. Profit.
You could win. I think I like the deal just overall. I think I would need to I definitely need to see everyone play because it is here's our guy that doesn't want to be here. Here's your guy that doesn't want to be here. They kind of fill in for what each team needs. Let's see if this works. But I would need to see it work first before anything. I know Seth Curry debuted last night and he had a pretty good game, and so did Drummond. So from the net side so far, it's looking good, but it's really dependent on Ben. I feel like.
Can we just take a real quick second, Eli, Yusuf, to apologize to Andre Drummond? I think he deserves it.
I mean,
you guys,
why should I apologize?
You guys talked a lot of smack. Just thank you very much.
He's a good backup center.
Acknowledge that he's a
good backup center.
Underrated NBA player. All right, keep going, Zion.
I think he's an overrated NBA player, actually, in my opinion. I think he puts up a lot of numbers, but does he provide a lot of value to the team?
He helps your team. He's a solid backup player.
Does
anyway.
he? Does he help your
Regardless,
team
just
that
wanted
much?
Andre Drummond, if you're listening, I appreciate you.
I will give my Andre Drummond apology.
Thank you.
I owe it to him.
Yes,
I was wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong.
I mean, you were a little bit more hateful to Andre Drummond for various reasons.
Yeah, I just don't like him. I do stand by that he is a bum in real life, but in fantasy, I give him.
Yeah,
give
in
him
fantasy,
respect.
he's a monster for sure.
Monster.
He's always been a
Who
fantasy
cares about
monster.
real life? It's just
Who
about
does?
Yeah,
Yeah.
be it winning
Doesn't matter.
games. Who cares?
It's all about the
Yeah.
stats.
all about the
Yeah.
numbers.
Nah,
But I think that Ben Simmons is going to start playing again, and I think that he is going to remind people that he's a top 20 player in the NBA. I think
Top
that
20?
he is
Top
going
20.
to top 20. I think that he is going to explode. I think he's going to do everything that he did before, but better. I think that he's going to average over 10 assists with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving
Yeah, I
flanking
can
him.
see that.
I could,
For
yeah.
sure.
And I think he's going to obviously not win Defensive Player of the Year because he hasn't played, but I think he's going to be the best defender in the league. I think that Ben Simmons is going to come out strong, and it's my prediction. So
that's big
Big
talk.
predictions.
Yeah.
That's
So,
the most
guys,
I've heard somebody talk up Ben Simmons
Yeah.
in a
if
long,
you didn't
long
know,
time.
Kyle
Big
is actually a clutch sports shill.
Representative.
That was
He's
his.
the ambassador.
We
Yeah.
had Eli's ad to start the podcast, but now we get a clutch sports ad in the middle through Kyle every
hold on,
podcast.
Yeah.
Rich is like,
He's calling me right now.
Nah. Man.
I just
I
think it's going to
think,
work.
uh,
I think it's going to. I think
I
it's
think it's going to work too.
really
I think
agree with
like
you.
out of all the teams that Simmons could go to, like
Yeah.
the Nets is easily one of the best fits.
I mean, he
'cause
obviously does
they
not
have
want to shoot.
two. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And he won't
on a
have to.
team with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, he doesn't have to shoot that much.
Don't
Other
forget Joe
than when
Harris.
Yeah, when Joe Harris is back, which is not
Bro.
anytime soon. But
Old
Seth
news,
Curry,
bro.
Old
Seth
news.
Curry.
Oh, yeah, Seth
actually
Curry.
though,
Seth
he's
Curry,
been
though.
playing really well. It's probably been his best season of his career, and it's like another great fit for the Nets and for Seth Curry. So
Yeah.
I think Ben definitely could be really great for the Nets. Honestly, I think he gives them exactly what they need. I hope he plays center because I think
He
he would be a
should.
great center in the
Play
NBA
center.
right now. I feel like he could be like a playmaking type center. Obviously, I think he considers himself a point guard, so I don't know if he would ever like take up that role, but I think it's his best role like right now.
I would agree. I
Yeah.
think 18, 10, and 8 is what I'm predicting for when he starts playing again.
18, 10, and
Um,
8?
18,
A near
10, and 8.
triple double.
I feel
Yeah,
like that's
okay.
normal to like what he
Not
usually
crazy.
averages, right?
Yeah, it's
not
I
crazy at
feel
all.
like
That's just, I guess not.
yeah.
I mean,
I think he was.
That's
yeah,
like-
probably.
I don't know.
a
I
really
watched his
good
whole press
mental
conference
figure.
today, and I feel like he looks engaged. He looks engaged. He's
Okay.
somewhere where they accept him. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I mean, that'll happen, right? Like, he got out of his toxic situation, and now he's like, all right, bet I'm somewhere where like they see like everyone that's like talking about him and like the Nets media is very like, we're excited to have Ben.
Yeah.
Like, he like
Yeah,
called
man, the Nets
KD
are
immediately
really,
and like talked to
Not the
him.
center of any drama recently. Definitely not.
I think, and I also I think that as good of a player as Embiid is, probably not the
Racist.
easiest guy to play with. So, breaking away from that, easy to go. Let's go, Ben
No,
Simmons
man.
all
Yeah,
day.
now you can play with Kyrie Irving.
Ben,
Very
okay.
good teammate, a dependable,
Very good teammate,
dependable
yeah.
guy.
Honestly, you have Kevin Durant.
That's true. You do
That
have
is
Kevin
true.
Durant,
But
potentially
dude,
best player in the league,
Exactly. So
arguably.
easy.
I was looking up Simmons' career averages are 16, 8, and 8.
Yeah,
so-
close enough.
Yeah,
And
close
that's like over his entire career.
And I don't think he's ever
could see
played
him.
with
that's true.
somebody like Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he hasn't ever had the offensive talent, I think. I
No.
mean, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
You've
No.
KD,
Yeah,
Kyrie,
and Kyrie,
Seth
yeah,
Curry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I could definitely see it, and just getting out of Philadelphia is probably going to be huge for him. And I think Harden and Embiid are going to work really well together. I do have some concerns because Harden's been he's had a falling out with every teammate he's ever played with that's like on a superstar level. So the track
Every
record
single
would
one.
say every single one. So the track record would say that eventually him and Embiid are gonna have like some disagreements, or like it's not gonna be like such a like now he goes to practice and he's like having such a like a nice mood, but like Harden's never been. I feel like throughout his career, it like over time he like overstays his or he doesn't overstay his welcome, but he becomes like less enthused with like his teammates, and they eventually grind. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I
We'll
mean,
see.
it took,
those
like-
pictures of him like at the Sixers. He looked the exact same when he came to the
Yeah,
Nets recently.
exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
it's just a cycle. And I don't know. I feel like him and Embiid, if they are not just winning, if they're not just dominating, I feel like they might get under each other's skin at a certain point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
No
think that him and
evidence
Daryl
to support
Morey
that.
are like meant to be, though. I mean, obviously he did, in Houston before, but I don't know. I mean, I can see it being different. Want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Playing with
Even
Yeah.
in Houston,
Playing
like with
with
Russ
Tyrese,
and with CP3, he
yeah,
eventually
Like,
fell
it's
out.
not like it happened twice. It's like 4 or
No,
5
it's three
times.
times.
Yeah.
3 times, right?
Russ, Chris Paul, the Nets,
Dwight.
Yeah.
Dwight.
That's 4.
Yeah, and I feel like
And that's
Embiid.
every single superstar
Yeah.
teammate he's ever
single
played
one,
with.
yeah.
There
And,
hasn't
like-
been one example of him not falling out after
Yeah.
like a few months or a year. So we'll see. And Embiid also, I mean, he hasn't really coexisted with a superstar teammate either. I mean, him and Jimmy are tight now, but I feel like they had like some disagreements when they were on the team together. And then him and Ben, obviously, we know how that ended. So
Yeah.
I don't
We'll
know. I
see.
think him and Jimmy. I think it was more of a Jimmy and Ben thing. But
yeah, that's true. But
I agree with that.
yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
And it was,
Yeah.
I think it was more Jimmy and like the org than any
he just
individual player, really.
No,
and,
for sure.
And Jimmy also, like, if he's not getting exactly what he wants and it's exactly his way, then
Yeah, that's true.
it's kind of an issue. But,
I mean, Harden
no, Harden
is
too.
like the
You're
same.
right. No,
Harden is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same.
exactly.
So
You're right.
we'll see.
But I don't know.
Nets are gonna Nets are gonna work better. I'm telling you.
So if you had to go, just pick one right now, who won?
The Nets.
Nets
I don't
or
know,
Sixers?
dude.
Who won the trade?
It's hard.
Who won?
It's
You just
tough.
got to make a claim. Plant your
Nets.
flag right now. I say
think
Nets as
the
well.
Nets.
I think the Nets won in terms
Yeah.
of like a pure like basketball thing, just like what they got.
I think
Because
the
overall-
Nets.
underrated.
I think the Nets are a
They
better
also
team.
got 2 first.
Yeah, they
They
got
also
two
got
first.
2
Well,
first
I mean,
in the trade, which is kind of like
And Seth
replenishing
Curry.
the assets they
And
traded
yeah,
for,
Seth
for
Curry.
Harden.
Seth
in the
Curry's an
first
above
place.
average role player,
And then Simmons
I
is
would think he's an
younger.
excellent. Seth is an amazing role
and on
player.
contract for like he's on contract for 3 more years.
yeah,
so
Ben
like
Simmons
you at
is
least
on
have
for
him.
4.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
his role,
Is that 4? Okay.
in Seth Curry's role, I feel like he is like an all-star. If there was a role player all-star team, Seth Curry.
He's been one of the best role players this year for sure.
Yeah,
And he fits so well with like the way the NBA is played right now. So I think
Yeah,
he's
for sure.
like if he could be like this for the next 2 or 3 years. And then Ben is obviously much younger than Harden, and the Sixers are gonna have to pay Harden a lot of money.
$70 million.
Like that's
Over 5
crazy.
years, right?
Like
Yeah.
he's gonna be age 37, getting paid close to $60 million per year.
It's
So
gonna be 61.
if they don't win a championship, like it's gonna be a landslide in the Nets' favor.
Yeah.
I feel.
and
For sure.
realistically,
We'll see.
how big is that window? The Sixers window.
I mean,
2
Harden,
like 3 years.
If
2
you
or
listen
3
to-
years.
If you listen to
2 years,
Bobby
yeah.
Marks, Harden doesn't have that much time left. So, I mean,
That's if
I
Harden.
mean, he
if they
has.
get along.
That's
If they
I,
get
don't know,
along,
I would say
that's how
3
long they
years.
have.
I would say
Yeah,
3
3
years.
years. Like, because Joel's like 27, 28. So like
And these,
injuries and stuff, Harden getting older, like 2 or 3 years. And then at that point, I feel like you kind of know like what's going to happen with Harden's career for like the downturn of his 30s and like whatever Joel is.
But do you think
like,
3 years
never
from
know.
now, Harden's going to be at the same level or even
No.
close to the level?
No.
Like I feel like
that's what I'm
he's-
saying. Is
But
like
even if he's like at this level, it's questionable if they can win like a championship, like the level he's been at like this season. Like
That is-
I think
yeah.
people are accounting for him to like get back to like a Houston or even like last year's Harden level. So we'll
Yeah.
see if like he can do that. And 3 years out, I don't think he'll have enough to like win a championship with Embiid. So and
yeah.
they'll still be paying Tobias most likely unless they can move off that contract.
I think-
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
They gave away firsts too. I feel
They'll be
like
playing.
yeah, to trade like Tobias, you would need to include like one of those firsts that
You
they
have
like
to
gave away to the Nets.
incentivize
So that's going to be
somebody
rough.
to take that
Yeah.
contract.
Because like I heard Tobias to OKC. That was like the one thing that I saw like anytime before the trade rumors, which is like anytime like anyone's offering a first round pick, there's like an OKC rumor. But outside of that, I can't imagine like the Kings maybe if they like go all in, like keep going all in. But
Somebody would
It's just-
somebody would take it.
someone will
for
take
sure.
it. But
I feel
like
like somebody
all in.
would eventually take it, but like
If you're going all in, I don't
when
know if you
and
want.
like
Yeah.
not next year. I don't think somebody will like willingly take it. Like
I don't
they
know.
tried to move him this year.
and they
I feel
couldn't.
like they couldn't
Yeah.
get anything for him.
That's more of a tank commander kind of move.
If you incentivize
Yeah.
a bad team with a draft pick, and once next year he'll only have 2 years left on his deal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I mean, somebody will
maybe
take it. Somebody will take it.
somebody
But,
will
like,
eventually take it.
Yeah. The risk is with the Philly is just like there's a lot of people that are a lot of what if contracts, and it's like I feel like this year and then next year if he takes that option, it's very indicative of like what's going to happen with the team going
Yeah.
forward.
And my thing is really like just overall the whole picture of the trade. I feel like Brooklyn. I mean, you have Kevin Durant who can be doing this until he's like 40, and just with the way that he plays basketball, and you have Ben Simmons who's 25, and you also get the picks, and then you have Philly that has like a very obvious window. So I think unless Philadelphia wins a championship this year with this team, I think it's hard to say that Brooklyn lost the trade. Honestly, just going forward into the future.
I completely agree with that.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Damn. Rough trade for Philly in hindsight.
I mean,
I
still would have 100% done the trade from their point of view. There's no doubt because
you do it every time.
Ben Simmons to them is useless, right?
No,
like he wasn't playing for them, so just to get Harden for him, like when we were thinking about like who they could possibly trade, like Ben Simmons for, I think that's a major coup for Philly. So
and I think with Harden, if he comes back and starts playing energized again, like they could win the championship this year. So
they could.
That's very possible. Which would obviously have to reconsider. But I think if they don't win this year, then I think it's pretty much a landslide.
And now the way that you guys are describing it, it kind of reminds me of the Anthony Davis to the Lakers trade in terms of just like the boatload of assets you had to give. Maybe not as much, but if you see like what's good, bro? If you see Ben Simmons balling on the Lakers, or sorry, on the Nets, kind of like how Bi. All right, calm down. Kind of like how Bi and Lonzo and everyone else on that team that they traded for AD is kind of spreading their wings now. So I feel like if the Sixers don't get this dub, get that championship, they're going to be a little regretful.
Yeah, and I mean, like for the Lakers, they had that. I mean, everyone would have thought that they would have a longer window when they traded for AD, but they really only had like a 2-year window, and we'll be able to see like if they can win with LeBron again. I don't know if it's not really looking like they'll be able to. So you never really know how short your window can be.
I think it's a little unfair though, because if they didn't have Russ, I think that the window might be a little bit different. So I think it's hard.
But the team would still be really poorly constructed.
They would be better. They would be much.
They would be better.
They didn't trade for us. They would be so much better.
They'd be so much. I mean, they would be so much better. So, I mean, I feel like,
but I mean, that's just like something that happens and like your window closes. So I'm just using that as like an example for like, you never know with the Sixers, like what could happen in the future. And Embiid's health history is so questionable that like, you never really know. I think this year they could win, and then next year they'll have a really good chance depending on like the moves that they make. Mm-hmm. But like any farther than that, it's going to be hard with like Harden being like 35 years old.
And you're going to be mortgaging your future with 2 guys on supermax deals. So, I mean, the ability to build around them, it's kind of like you said, similar to the Lakers. They got 3 guys on max contracts. So, be able to put people, unless they're the 2 of them are just gelling completely, you're not going to have a whole lot of room to add, a lot of support pieces.
Take this season to retool. If James Harden if he stays, he hasn't signed the deal yet.
That's true.
Yeah,
I think
he's going to sign.
It would be very surprising if he left.
I think he'll sign.
I think it would be surprising.
No way.
I think it would be kind of surprising.
Where would he go?
That's the main thing. Where would he go?
He was on the Nets for a year.
There's
LA. The Clippers.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hold on.
He could go anywhere.
Yeah, he's gonna stay.
He's gonna stay.
He's gonna stay.
I just where would he go? Like
at the beginning of this year, would you have ever imagined that he wanted out like now? At the beginning of the season?
No.
Right? I thought he was happy. So it's like this man, he appears like he's having a good time. And then what if, I don't know, Joel hurts himself? That's very possible. Harden has to carry the team. He can't do it.
Or they have some kind of disagreement in terms of like play style. It's very
possible.
Maybe,
not abrasive. I don't know. It's like,
but the other side is also possible that it works, right?
And I feel like Harden kind of cares about his image a little bit. So I don't know.
We'll have to see.
Yeah,
I'm excited though.
That would be wild.
I'm excited for every time those 2 teams play each other, going forward.
It's going to be a big rivalry. I feel.
I want to play
because it was already getting kind of spicy in the games that happened this year.
Yeah,
but now it's taken to another level.
Spicy. Yeah.
So I really hope they play in the final or the Eastern Conference Finals. I think it would be an amazing series.
Over under.
Which team would you guys pick if they played in the Eastern Conference Finals?
If everyone's healthy.
If everyone's healthy.
If everyone's healthy and Kyrie is playing only road games.
Nets.
If KD's healthy, then the Nets are good.
Yeah, if KD is healthy, then I'm thinking Yeah.
KD and at least one of Ben and Kyrie is like good.
Yeah, I think it would go to like 7, honestly, because especially the games without Kyrie, I feel like you might run into like the similar issues with Ben, like needing to score when he can't really in the playoffs. So
unless he can shoot now.
Ben for free throws in the playoffs, that would just
but
be.
Also, it's going to be a little different because
so funny.
there's going to be so much more space though.
Him this time. Oh,
I mean, with Ben Simmons getting to the hoop, you have Embiid who. Like instead of you have KD and the floor is a little bit more space, I think he'll have a little bit more.
Yeah, and Seth Curry, which is actually really big. Yeah,
it's huge.
Instead of like
Embiid and Tobias Harris and Matisse Thybulle. There's gonna be a lot more room for him to work because I mean Kevin Durant's gonna get double teamed every time, so you could have a little bit more opportunity. I think.
I'm just excited to see like all those like fast break transition plays that they're gonna do with Ben and like KD or like Ben and oh my god, Ben and Kyrie.
3-on-2 fast break, bro. Unbelievable.
Man.
But what was the what would you guys say was like the next biggest trade that happened within the deadline?
Sabonis, probably.
Probably the Sabonis trade.
Trade.
The most impactful trade, I feel like.
Yeah, and he was probably the next like best player who moved.
Yeah.
Like at the deadline. So and he's also 25, 26. So
25, yeah.
I feel like everyone was very, very shocked when the trade happened, just because mostly because it included Tyrese, who he said many times that he wants to be like a Sacramento King for life. And
dude.
There's barely any players that like want to stay committed to those small market teams, especially a team like the Kings. And then you do something like this, it's like what player is going to want to stay in the future? Like if someone's shown commitment to your franchise. And you just like trade them away like that. It was really interesting, but I do think that De'Aaron and Sabonis could work really well together. And
for sure,
the early signs are encouraging. They're going to have their limitations because they can't shoot like either of them really that well. But I still think it brings something different for the Kings. And moving off Tyrese hurts, but the fact that they have Davion Mitchell like in the guard spot as well, I think that's one of the reasons they were okay moving off of him. Because they have 2 guards that they're ready to play and start.
Yeah, I think that kind of like goes to what we talked about the other day, like off air too, about how the Kings are just one of those teams who are trying to be like permanently mid as a team because they know they're never going to win anything. But like with this type of but seriously, I mean with this type of squad, they can be fighting for like a play-in spot for the next couple of years, which I think is like the best thing for them to do. So I understand the trade.
I feel like it's not though.
But they're not going to rebuild again, dude. Like,
bro, they need something, bro.
They have to get something. Like they have to show confidence.
They can't go back down there just yet.
Yeah, I mean,
or at least make the play and win the play-in.
One playing game and then get smoked. But like that would be like
that'd be like the highlight of their franchise's history.
Exactly. They have they're about to be on like 16 years without a postseason appearance or something like that, which is like insane. Like it's so wild.
And they're the 12th seed right now, so like they're gonna have to really kind of move a little bit to get in.
Their team is definitely better now with Sabonis. Like they're currently at this moment better. They're still bad, but they could potentially rise up in the Western Conference. It's not as strong as it used to be.
It's not as strong as it used to be. And I feel like it's been one of the first years where, this is kind of a tangent, but where the East and West are not that far apart in terms of their strength. I think because most years the West is much deeper, but this year I feel like the East is also very deep. And some of the best teams in the league are in the East.
I think the East is definitely deeper than the West right now.
For sure.
Yeah. It's probably the first year you could say that for a few years. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's just something that I noticed.
Because right now the Trailblazers are the 10 seed. They're 24 and 34. And the Kings are only 2.5 games behind them right now. So
it's possible.
It's possible.
There's a lot of seasons. It's not that crazy. So like that's something that'd be another thing we've talked about a lot is that the play-in, just like as a concept, kind of gives these middling teams something to strive for, because it's not just like you either are contending or tanking. Like there's a little something in the middle for teams to strive for, like the Kings who haven't done anything in 16 years, and the fans so desperately need something to cling on to. Like I feel like they know they're losing the fan base, so it's like because winning cures everything. I mean, the Kings fans were like miserable, like crying, listening to Drake, about Tyrese, and now they won 2 games, and now
Tyrese.
they're like fucking Sabonis. Let's fucking go.
Sabonis, let's go.
I mean, it's
If they win like a play-in game and then are not, I mean, just winning a play-in game would be so big for them because, again, as you guys have said, they have no playoff history or recent playoff history.
Not like the 2000s.
But do you guys think they could win a play-in game? I don't know.
I don't know, dude. It's going to be hard.
One game off the Lakers.
I feel like
take one game off the Lakers.
Dude, I feel like the
I don't
fight.
think so. I don't think they would win a play-in game against the Lakers. I don't think so. Or against the Lakers, if the Blazers don't have Dame, then like I guess is Dame out for the season confirmed?
Yeah, he's out. I'm pretty sure he's out.
Well, they would if they got in the play-in, they would take the Blazers spot. They wouldn't play the Blazers.
Oh, word. Yeah. Well then.
I also don't think Dame's going to play. I don't think there's really.
They would play.
Yeah, he's probably not going to play. But
they play
so
the
do you think
Lakers, Clippers, or Timberwolves as of right now? With the
They couldn't
standings
beat any of those teams.
in one game.
I don't think they will.
The Kings.
I mean, well,
The
if they're the 10 seed, then they have to win 2 games, right?
They could definitely beat the Clippers if PG and Kawhi are back.
Yeah, but then they'd have to
won.
be They have to be whoever beats like the other next matchup too. But I don't.
No,
are they going to make it to fight for the play-in?
No, the 9 and 10 play, right?
Yeah, if they're 10, they would play 9. So if the Clippers are 9 and the Clippers are without PG and Kawhi, I think they could definitely win that game.
Yeah, I mean,
And then I don't know if they would make the playoffs, but I'm saying they could win like a game.
Okay, they could win that one play.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they could win that one game possibly.
Basketball, I don't know.
If PG is not there,
like they could beat anybody.
If PG is not there, then they could for sure.
But I feel like even the play-in spot right now is like something that you have like. It's going to be
I don't
hard.
think they would make the playoffs. Like, I don't think they'll be able to win 2 playing games and then actually be one of the top 8 seeds.
Yeah, no.
But like, still, I feel like being in that postseason, anything at all, I feel like
just any postseason action
would be really special.
Pretty good for them.
Fans, so
yeah,
I like that. I don't like it, but I understand it, and I kind of respect it more now.
No, it makes total sense what they're trying to do. Like, I get it completely, but I mean, what's it going to accomplish in the end? I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, speaking of another middling team in the West, the Pelicans traded for CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I think it's a very similar move to the Sabonis move, except CJ is older and he doesn't provide that. I guess Sabonis doesn't provide that much on defense either, but I guess it's a very similar situation. I don't know if it's going to really be that impactful because they're going to miss their best player for the rest of the season, most likely. So they could make the play-in again like the Kings, but I don't think they'll be able to make the playoffs.
No, but I think the Pelicans
they're also right there. They're like right in the mix as well.
They're right there, right around there.
I think that more is a future thing too. Like, I mean, if Zion comes back next year, I mean that's a way more solid team than the Kings next year
for sure than they were before. I guess.
Yeah,
I mean 100%.
That's
the
Kings 6 seed. Maybe.
The Kings kind of traded for their best player.
7, 8.
Dude, that's like
an 8 or 9 seed.
Did you guys remember seeing Zion play basketball?
I don't think
that team could.
At full health,
I mean, what seed were they last year when Zion played like all season?
9 or 11, right? Because they weren't in the play.
They were not in the play.
They fell out the play
even when Zion got hurt.
Zion got hurt. Yeah.
Zion got hurt.
Yeah. They were like I think 10 or 11. So just adding CJ, like they might be like the 8 seed. I think.
Where were they in the bubble season? They were like the 9 though, weren't they?
Were they?
I think they were.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They were. I remember everyone said that Adam Silver was colluding to get them into the playoffs.
They didn't just add CJ.
I thought the Suns were the first one to miss the playoffs, right? In the bubble,
they went undefeated.
They went undefeated, and they just missed it by like half a game because another team.
And the Pelicans fucking sucked in the play-in. It was just like a lot of hype going in.
Yeah,
But either way, that's kind of irrelevant.
They got Valanciunas too, dude.
Yeah, they got Valanciunas too.
Yeah, I guess they got Valanciunas now. That's true.
Better.
The team
is better for sure. And Bi and Zion should improve. So
yeah, and
when Zion plays basketball, like. It's scary.
Bro, last year they were playing
like. Is he gonna play?
They were playing like Eric Bledsoe minutes.
I think I'll play. But I also thought he was going to play this year, and he fucking didn't. So.
Yeah, I mean, they said like it was going to be like a week or two into the season that he would come back.
They were capping the whole time.
Where's he
They
at?
were capping the entire time.
They really
Damn,
They
bro.
knew for sure he wasn't coming back.
They just wanted
He had
those
a
season
broken
tickets.
foot. Yeah, like they just wanted to sell
They
tickets.
said he was going to be
like-
ready for the start of the season already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
initially, and then when it was clear that he wasn't going to be,
Grimy.
they said that.
Grimy.
I feel like, I feel like as soon as like he went to that press conference and he was like, "Oh yeah, I got hurt over the summer," and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Zion
How
got
did you get hurt? Oh, you just had like a sprained ankle or something?
Broke
No,
your
I broke my foot.
foot." And then like
yeah.
we were just supposed to take that at like face value that like that's all the information we're getting. It was like very obvious that like this man was just hurt and not going to play for like
But
a
I thought he
while.
would be back by now. But like,
Yeah,
I guess like he hasn't been taking his nutrition seriously, or that's what the reports say, or that's what everyone's saying. So we'll see if he does now take it seriously and if he can recover and play like a full season in NBA.
yeah.
But if he
But-
can't, then I don't know if the Pelicans can really do much, honestly.
It's fair.
So
He also could be
yeah.
the first person since y'all know what Steven Jackson did with the Warriors when he signed a max deal, and then like 2 hours later he was like, "I want to get traded." So like I feel like Steven Jackson did it like a while back. But anyway, I feel
Yeah.
like Zion could be like the next person to do that, like sign a super max
Yeah.
deal and then be like, "I'm not playing. I want to leave."
He's just not playing anymore.
So I
That's
could
the meta.
definitely see
That's
that
the
happen.
meta.
That's the meta.
That's the meta,
is-
dude. You get
if you're a super max player, you sign the bird right super max,
Exactly, and then you
and
immediately
then you say you don't
after
play.
I don't want to play anymore.
say you don't want to play. PG did it twice.
Yeah,
Send me to New York.
PG really knows what's up.
PG knows exactly how to do it, dude.
PG just chases the paper, bro. He's a smart man.
Like,
But he also wants to play where he wants to play. He wants the paper and wants to play for a contender. So
and you
And it
can do
happens.
that. You can. That's what
They
they
deserve
do.
it,
apparently
yeah.
you can do that. Yeah.
If you play
So-
good
PG is like,
basketball.
trade me to the Lakers, or I will not play for you. And they're like, well, fuck. What do we do?
Fuck. I guess we have to.
If you're a top 25 player, then you can just do that.
Yeah,
Don't-
you can just do that. Yeah.
Don't
And
trade
players
me to
like
any other
Zion.
team.
Zion could also do that.
Yes,
Yeah, Zion could do
might
that
not
just
be
based
a
off his
Top
potential alone.
25, but yeah.
Yeah.
the Knicks would mortgage their entire future to just trade for him, anyways.
All of
Yeah.
it.
God. I wish
Yeah.
that he would just sign with the Knicks so that he doesn't like that. They would not be able to compete if they got like a Zion size package in a trade.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. But it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they would be
Is that
bad.
what they want?
The Knicks,
Yeah.
dude.
Imagine
the
if
Knicks are,
Zion was.
What are the
Imagine
Knicks
Zion
doing?
What are they
Yeah,
doing?
what are the Knicks doing?
Sorry, just for a second. Imagine if Zion was doing what he's doing now, but he was in New York and like he was just fucking around and getting fat. What do you think?
Death threats.
You think New
Death
York would
threats.
even up,
Death
bro?
threats. There would be death threats, bro. They would
Yeah.
track him, but he's
They
not
would-
doing that.
But is he not going to? You think that he's just gonna? Oh, now I'm changed man. Like I'm just gonna switch
I
it
don't know,
up.
dude. He just
I
like,
don't think
doesn't.
so. Like, I feel like
care.
people expect him to just
I
like
don't know.
start
I don't
taking it
trust
seriously. And I
Yeah.
don't know if like he'll just immediately start doing
Like-
that. Like Embiid didn't do that until I think it was like 3 or 4 years into his career when he like really started to take like his nutrition seriously, and he like admitted it himself. And then the injury problems like lessened. They're still there because he's just like such a big guy, and like I feel like he's bound to get injured sometimes, but they've definitely become like a lot less frequent. So, but it was something that Embiid had to choose to do, and like we'll see when
Right.
Zion makes that commitment.
I hope he does because
I
he's
hope
an
so
amazing
because
player.
Me too.
it's incredible
It would-
potential.
he's so
I mean, he
unfortunate
would be a
for
top 5 player.
to be derailed
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, but alas,
Shout out to the
I mean,
Pelicans.
shout out to the Pelicans.
New
I
Orleans.
feel like no one really talked about this, but Josh Hart went to the Trailblazers. I think he's pretty good. I think
Yeah, he's
good,
pretty. He's a good role player.
Similar
He's a good
to
role
Seth
player for
Curry,
the-
I feel like role player.
Yeah, I
wise.
think
Yeah.
Josh Hart actually provides a lot. I think he's like another one of those former Laker players who has just gotten better since he left the Lakers, and now he's putting up pretty good numbers in his first games with the Trailblazers. Obviously, they don't have that many players now, so
Yeah,
he's kind of asked to do a lot. But I think
Josh
he's a great role player, and he's pretty young as well.
he's dope. He's like
Yeah.
the most jack of all trades player I've ever seen
Yeah.
in the NBA. Like he really
he can
just
do it
does a little bit of everything at a pretty solid level. So definitely a cool
Yeah.
player to have.
100%.
Especially the Trailblazers don't know what the fuck they're doing. So like he can fill a lot of different roles, you know?
Yeah, you can just be like
He's gonna be
that.
their best player next year.
Nope.
Nah,
If
it's
Dame
Anthony.
is gone, then
Dame is gone.
Anthony.
If Anthony Simons is there,
Dame's
Anthony
gone.
is nice.
Dame's gone.
Anthony
yeah,
is-
he's so nice, bro. I thought that like the first few games that Anthony had, where he just like exploded, the first like 4 games that he had was going to be it. But he's been working everyone.
Nah.
Yeah,
I thought it was
I
really
feel like
nice.
he consistently like was a pretty solid performer whenever Dame was out.
Yeah, it's just because he was behind Dame and CJ that you never really knew.
Yeah.
Or I guess not everyone realized. I guess I would only see the certain games when Dame and CJ rested, or one of the two rested, that he would go off. But now he's like shown that he can do it consistently, like over the course of like weeks and months.
He's just good.
He's just good, yeah.
A good player, yeah.
Trailblazers are gonna have a lot of money and he's gonna get paid, and then they're gonna be bad. But
Gonna be the same as they are now. Now they have like 4 guards instead of 2.
Yeah,
but they're a little bit. They're all a little bit bigger now, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
It avoids the problems.
Josh Hart isn't a guard, right? I feel like Josh Hart is kind of a wing.
He plays wing. Yeah,
he's like a small forward.
They have Eric Bledsoe.
Justice
Winslow. He's got to get bought out. I mean,
Justice Winslow's like. I think he's like their starting 4.
Yeah, he's like a 4, right?
Yikes.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Justice Winslow.
Oh, I think you said Eric Bledsoe. I was like, what the heck?
Eric Bledsoe is about to be bought out, I hope.
He's about to join Freedom.
I assume.
On the beach.
Freedom.
What's his face? What's his face just got bought out after he got traded.
What's his face?
Goran Dragic.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He's going to go to the Mavs, though. I mean, the Mavs
go to the Bucks.
That's what they say, but
reunite with his Slovenian brother.
Yeah, he's going to go to the Mavs. 100%.
Is that the only reason they're saying that?
He's going to play with...
No, he just wants to play.
He just wants to play.
Yeah. He said that.
Dinwiddie's minutes? What's going on there?
Nah, bro. Oh, yeah, I forgot they have Spencer Dinwiddie. Oh, yeah, that is a trade that happened that we didn't talk about.
That's another one. The most exciting trade of the entire deadline. Kristaps Porzingis to the Wizards.
Kristaps. I feel like that one makes even less sense than any of the ones we've talked about.
Dinwiddie. What a trade.
What a trade.
It's a salary dump, yeah.
I mean, I'd rather have Porzingis than Bertans, so
for sure.
They did something right.
It was just so out of nowhere. Like I just never expected them to be able to offload Bertans for like Kristaps. Like I feel like they would. I thought it would just be like Bertans and a pick for like an expiring contract, right?
We got
That's like usually what it would be.
That's
like to get someone like Kristaps. I think it's really worth it for the Wizards.
No,
and they gave us a pick.
And you look at it from both sides, like. Dallas really, really did not want Porzingis, and the Wizards really, really did not want Bertans, and they were like,
"And
so
a match would happen."
Luka in his past 2 games without Kristaps has dropped 50 points and like 45 points.
He's averaging 43 this week.
Yeah, 43 points this week. Like,
did they win those 2 games?
Yes.
No, I think they're 1-1.
Well, that's the important thing.
They won 1.
They're 1-1. Okay.
Yeah. But
yeah. Because I feel like we all know Luka can go crazy when he has no other stars on the offense. But can the Mavs be like that good? Like, I don't know. I don't think so.
He can get his
stats.
The
baggage.
Stats like no other.
Although his 51 was his career high, so I feel like that shouldn't go unnoticed.
No, definitely. I mean, he's disgusting, amazing player, but the Mavericks did not help
do any. Yeah.
But when Luka's dropping like 40 points, I feel like it's not that great of a sign for the Mavericks because he just has to do everything. And like,
they're not going to win that way.
Yeah,
I really hate this trade for the Mavericks. I know that they are trying to offload and get off Porzingis, but come on, bro. Like as a Wizards fan, watching Dinwiddie and Bertans, it's like that's really like Porzingis for that, and you gave us a pick. It didn't make any.
It didn't make any sense.
As a Wizards fan, I love this trade.
Do you think that Porzingis is going to be there long term?
Nah.
Like for his contract. Just like 2 years.
It depends what they do with Brad. I think if Brad gets traded, then they'll look to trade him as well. But if they keep Brad, I think they'll probably keep him.
Yeah.
Because if they're just going to blow it up, then it doesn't really make that much sense to have him.
No.
Although I don't know what they would be able to get for him.
And what is the ceiling of a team led by Brad and Kristaps Porzingis in the East right now?
Great, but it's the Wizards. So like.
Yeah, I mean they're I feel like in a similar situation to the Kings where like any ounce of playoff success. I mean I guess they had more recent playoff success than the Kings, but it's still been like a pretty long dry spell. So I feel like just making the playoffs and being competitive in the playoffs is like big for them.
Yeah, kind of similar to the Pelicans Kings situation where it's just like we want to be in there, we want to be in the mix, and it's the Wizards, so I feel like we're hesitant to get rid of the assets that we do have,
So if like we just let Brad go, like I feel like that's not super productive. So I feel like we're definitely going to sign him to the Supermax. It's just kind of the feeling I get.
We're losing you.
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit.
But no, I think that like with what they did, I mean, the Wizards.
Yeah, we didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, we didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, but I think Kyle has something to say.
There, but
your connection is a little spotty.
Oh no, I was just saying like it's just crazy to like think about how high, like how the Wizards when they first started, like beginning of the season, like they were like, oh, the Wizards, like they're going to be a top team in the East.
We were all excited.
No, I was too, but it's just like I don't know. I mean, they had something there for a while, and then I don't know what happened.
I heard a lot of like the locker room was just really, really toxic.
They hated
like
Dinwiddie.
They hated Dinwiddie, and I feel like what happened was you got a bunch of role players and a bunch of like people that were just all trying to like figure out like their contracts and like everything. They were all just like fighting for playing time, like trying to show like that they're worth like their money, and it just didn't work. And like Brad is not your number one guy for like a franchise, and that's like very like apparent after like I guess it was like pretty apparent last season, but like this season it's like very apparent that like the Wizards are like very stuck with Bradley Beal right now.
Yeah, and I mean,
I feel like they're not stuck with him. They could trade him, like if they wanted to. Like, I mean, he would be one of the most valuable trade pieces in the NBA if he was like available for a trade. I think so.
Yeah,
they could definitely trade him. But
I kind of trust Tommy Shepard as well. Like, I know a criticism was that he gave Bertans and Dinwiddie those contracts in the first place. So it's like,
true.
Why is he's being praised? But to that I say, I kind of respect that he is just kind of going for it and swinging for the fences, just to make like the team as competitive as they possibly can be. And like it's not like a team is built overnight. It's like kind of like an iterative process. So like every season, you just kind of do what you got to do. And he's shown that he can get off bad contracts if they like are bad contracts.
Admit their mistakes when they give somebody a contract. They don't always want to like just get rid of them because it's admitting like defeat in a way. But I think it's important that Tommy Shepard can actually get off those contracts.
Yeah.
What other trades have we not talked about? I think we didn't really mention Tyrese because I pivoted the conversation. But Tyrese on the Pacers, I think it's a pretty good fit.
Smart rebuild.
See what the Pacers can do. They're definitely going for that rebuild. So hopefully they can get a high pick and draft like a generational player.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
I'm glad they decided to roll with Miles Turner, like instead of like Sabonis. Maybe it's like the offers for Miles Turner weren't there, so they chose Sabonis, or they chose to like keep Miles Turner. But like I am really hyped to see like Tyrese and Miles Turner play together and like what they can do.
It's gonna be good. I think kind of like Yusuf said, they have a really solid like two guys to build around. They're gonna obviously still I feel like embrace the tank probably, but with what they have right now, it's gonna be solid to like start going towards the future with that squad.
Yeah, and well, I guess it really just depends if they can get like a great player in the draft. That really that's what it comes down to a lot of the time.
Yeah. It's always a toss-up.
That's really what it comes down to. And if they hit on that draft pick as well, because you never really know.
Chet Holmgren would look real nice there.
Yeah, I mean,
I've heard. Yeah,
I'm questionable about Chet. Honestly, I don't know how good he'll be in the NBA.
The KD likes.
He's gonna be Porzingis, I think.
See, I feel like that's a pretty good comp, honestly. Yeah, which like I feel like it's not worth like a top 3 pick, which is like kind of where he's projected to go, right?
But like if you look at the top like 15 projected picks, like Paulo from Duke would probably be more solid, but I don't know if there's. I mean, you got to bet on the future, which is what a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you never really know with any of the guys. Yeah. I'm just like saying with Chet, I feel like we'll see how he like plays at an NBA level. I'm just like still questioning. I don't know if he's gonna, because I guess he's a center, right? But he's like so.
He's center.
I mean, he's so skinny that like I guess eventually he'll grow into it.
He's more of a 3, really. I mean,
really
with how he plays.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
He's a center size, but he plays. He can shoot. He plays more like a 3, and he can handle the ball. So
yeah, that is true. He does have those skills, like a wing skill set.
Yeah, it's more positionless.
So if he could play like the 4, like a wing, like I feel like that would be better. Actually, yeah, because now that I think about it,
he's a 4.
Like his ceiling is like crazy. But I think
for sure. Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him and Paolo in the league next year.
Yeah.
I like the Tyrese fit as well.
It'll work.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, he does a little bit of everything offensively.
Smart guy.
He can shoot it, even if he has like the weirdest shooting form.
It looks so weird. It's like
it goes in.
It's not as weird as like LaMelo's, but it's up there.
It's up there.
Yeah,
but it goes in, so gotta respect it.
It's all that matters.
The numbers don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the Pacers end up in the top 10. Like I get like an actual like lottery pick as well.
We'll see. I mean, I feel like they would have to be in like the top 5 to get like a guy who could really change like the way their franchise is trending. Because I feel like they'll end up in like a similar position if they don't get like a really great young player. Like the rebuild just won't go that well. But I guess they could get somebody great in the lower rounds. You never really know.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah. And then I guess Karras goes to the Cavs, which is
underrated.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool,
solid.
Cool to see. I feel like he's much better than Colin Sexton. I think, or not much better. I think he's better, but like I don't know if I think he is better for sure. Or he's just more of a fit next to Darius Garland. I don't really like the Colin Sexton Darius Garland fit.
Yeah, I think he's a better player. I don't know if he's a better player, but I think that he definitely works way better with the Cavs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Colin
Sexton
that's probably a better way to say it.
But I
think Colin Sexton is really good.
He just doesn't fit that team at all with what they're trying to do.
I feel like Karras kind of is like borderlining on kind of overrated tier in terms of just like right now. I think he has a lot of potential if he's in the right situation to be a great player. But like right now, I don't think he's better than Colin Sexton. But fit wise,
I would agree with that. I
would move forward with that.
No, 100%.
Colin Sexton is definitely a better scorer than Karras.
Yeah,
Colin Sexton has been averaging like 23 points, I think, for the past 2 years, which is
empty buckets, though. I feel like kind
of that is true. It is empty buckets. That's why I think it's not a great fit, especially next to Garland. No. I think Karras is much better there.
Colin Sexton's like a prime like Nick candidate. I feel like for just like scoring and whatever. And he's not gonna be on Cleveland next year, so he'll be.
Where do you guys think he's gonna go?
Somewhere with a lot of cap space.
New York Knicks. He's a New York Knicks player.
I feel like he's just like the perfect New York Knicks player.
He looks like a classic Knicks player to me.
What is that? Describe that. What is it? What do you guys mean by that? The perfect New York Knicks
player is just an empty calories scorer who can't do anything else, a la Julius Randle, who can go and score buckets, does not contribute to winning whatsoever, but will go out and get you a lot of points and is exciting to watch.
Like Melo?
That's a Knicks player.
Would that be Melo?
Carmelo Anthony?
Well, Melo is...
Yeah, when he was on the Knicks.
Is like great, so I feel like it's different, but it's a similar mold.
But like it's the same mold, though. I mean, he's a better player, but he can't do anything but score. He was empty calories, and they didn't win. So it's kind of like the same thing.
That is true. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's a Colin Sexton location. I'll give you guys that one.
Eli, I love Melo, but like, what did he do for the Knicks?
That's not. Now Melo's an all-time great.
Oh, of course.
But it's like,
he can't win by himself.
I feel like Colin Sexton could thrive, but if he's on the Knicks, he will not thrive.
He will not thrive.
Where could he thrive? You think?
I think he would be like a nice 6-man for pretty much any team.
Yeah,
I don't think
he's pretty nice.
I don't think he thinks he's a
6-man.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know where he's going to go and start. Maybe the Clippers.
Detroit.
Clippers. Interesting.
I don't know if
next to Cade
be great on the Clippers, but
next to Cade actually might not be crazy. That might be. That might be all right.
I think the Clippers have Norman Powell. I don't think they would want to get like.
I don't think
Colin Sexton.
He wouldn't make sense with PG and Kawhi at all.
That's true.
Like at all.
Yeah.
So somewhere where they got deep pockets and nobody wants to play for them, Colin Sexton's going to be
Timberwolves. If they didn't have like 3 players like that they want to build around, I feel like maybe.
Yeah.
OKC Thunder. I'm kidding.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
That's a 6-man for Shea and
I'm just
Josh.
saying things.
sure, I guess. Yeah, now you're just saying teams.
Just naming teams.
There's one more trade that I think that's worth talking about.
It's a Derrick White to the Celtics.
Yeah, it is Derrick White to the Celtics.
That one is pretty interesting. I think it could be a really good fit for them. Like, he gives them a lot of what they need, like in terms of like a playmaker, and he's like a really good defender, like at his position. So I think that was really under the radar trade, but I think it's going to actually be great for the Celtics to like make it into the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're surging right now, right? They're on like a streak.
They're playing sneaky well, so I feel like that's definitely going to kind of bolster them a little bit. He's only going to help them. So
yeah, the game on Sunday I watched, and they came back on the Hawks. I remember in the second half, and he looked really good out there. He threw like a really nice lob to Robert Williams towards like the end of the second half, and that like kind of like sparked like their like comeback. It looked like it was hype. Seeing him and like Marcus Smart on the court together is also cool because it's just like a lot of perimeter defense.
Locks.
Yes,
just locks.
Absolutely locks. And they need that. They definitely need
that. On an 8-game win streak currently.
Yeah, which is the longest in the NBA right now, right?
9-1 in their last 10.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's like, they're coming back. They're the 6th seed now. They are, let's see, only 2 games behind the Bucks and the Sixers. So like they're right there. Or sorry, no, they are 2 games behind that, and then they are 2 games behind the Heat. So it's like
they're right there. Yeah,
all the Eastern Conference teams are top.
Are very close. Very close. Yeah.
People, I feel like Tatum. I'm guilty of this as well, but I feel like he's kind of been a little underrated by me.
I think he's been overhated a little bit.
Overhated.
Yeah, I think
that's a better way to put it.
Overhated.
Because he has been bad this year, but like I feel like it goes to like the team not really having like a great offense and like depending on him and Jalen a lot. That like shows like his inefficiencies, but like he's still like an incredible scorer and like one of the best just like get a bucket guys in the NBA. So in the playoffs, that really shines through.
Yeah, he's a great playoff performer as well, typically. But yeah, I guess I shouldn't say like underrated, but more like people kind of have forgotten how good he is at this point.
Yeah.
Very much recency.
Just because the team was playing bad earlier, I feel like they kind of just. He's still really good, but they need a little. I think with this trade, it'll definitely help them out a lot.
For sure. I think like it also makes sense that like at the beginning of the year, the Celtics had like a rough start. Like they had a new coach and like implementing like the new system and everything. Like it makes sense that they had like a rough start.
Jaylen Brown was out for I want to say like 1.5 out of the first 3 months of the season.
Yeah, that
with,
too.
COVID and his hamstring injury. So that was obviously like a huge thing. And then it took him a while to get back, but now he's like back to like the Jaylen Brown we like remember. So
yeah, he's
their second most important player, and I think that's another reason why they've been able to surge recently.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Robert Williams, he's been playing really well.
Really well defensively.
In the beginning of the season, he was splitting more time with Al, but I think he's been playing more minutes recently, and I think everyone questioned whether he could play like 30-ish minutes a game because he's only ever been like a 20-minute per game player in like those spot minutes, but he's really taking like the center role by hand. I think he's showing improvements defensively because he's always been a great blocks guy, but I think his recognition is getting a lot better. So they feel better about playing him longer minutes.
Definitely.
Yeah, he's a really good passer too, which I feel like, and he has like pretty good chemistry with Tatum. So like it just adds as like they're playing better that he's also just doing better and helping them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they needed that to round it out. He's a freak athlete too.
Yes.
Yeah, and to give up Josh Richardson to get him, totally I feel like that.
very
he was playing good. I gotta give Josh some respect. He was playing really well.
He's never been the same. Year. Remember when he was like balling with the Sixers? But
with the Sixers. He was on the Heat for a while too.
He was balling, not balling, but he was playing much better. With it.
Yeah,
it was the Heat. I'm sorry, with the Heat, not
the Heat, right? He was on the Heat. Yeah, the Heat.
Yeah. The Sixers was just such a bad fit.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the Heat. Yeah, Heat culture, man, bring him back.
They traded away Dennis for Daniel Tice. Very irrelevant trade. But like I guess Derrick White has taken that taking that spot. So
makes sense.
It's worth a mention, I guess.
I think
drop the bag.
Yeah. Oh my God! And they're not buying him out, which I just don't get.
No,
like,
they're not.
They're just gonna play him alongside their 2 young guards.
Like I don't get it. Yeah. And they kept Eric Gordon. Like I thought they were gonna trade. Like they could have gotten
so weird.
They could have gotten so much. Like they could have gotten a good return for Eric Gordon in terms of like a pick and like a salary.
Yeah, dude. The Lakers would have given so much for Eric Gordon.
Yes, they could. Yeah, dude.
What would the Lakers have given for Eric Gordon?
Dude, they would. Okay, they would have given
what is so much?
Okay, not so much. It's not so much. They would have given,
but like something of value.
Think about it.
Yeah.
As the Rockets right now, would you rather have Eric Gordon when you're going to do nothing, or THT on a pick? It's definitely more. Definitely. What's Eric Gordon doing for you right now?
Eric Gordon is worthless to the Rockets at this point.
He's doing nothing for the Rockets.
When his contract is up, is he just going to leave in free agency?
He's 35.
I mean, that's what he's going to do, right? He's old. He's so old.
You got nothing to say, Sheila?
Yeah.
No, I don't have anything to say about Eric Gordon. I have no words on the topic, really. I think that's all the big trades. But what about the team that didn't make trades quickly? Just like
I think we obviously got to talk about the Lakers.
Shout out to the Lakers.
Shout out to the Lakers.
Lakers making moves. Looking rough. GM. What's happened to Led GM?
Who would have thought that Kendrick Nunn, THT, and a 2027 first round pick did not have that much value around the league?
Kendrick Nunn hasn't played all year, so I understand that. Who knows when that man is coming back?
I don't think he is.
Who knows? A question mark. THT sucks.
Sucks.
Like, not that good at all. He has flashes of good play.
The other day I saw
most of the time he sucks.
The other day I saw a Laker fan. Right, we have THT, who stands for Talentless Horton Tucker.
Damn. THT trade him today.
The reason they
trade him today,
dude. The reason they didn't trade, they didn't make any trades, is because they had nobody. They had nobody to trade. So like that.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, they could have got Kristaps for. I'm sure.
They probably could have got Kristaps.
Where'd all the money go, Kyle? Where'd all the money go?
To Russ.
Yeah, Russ. He's taking up a lot of the money.
I mean, I think that's obvious. That's where all the money went. I mean, honestly,
you say it.
I would have preferred Russ, THT, the 27 pick for John Wall, just to shake things up. What the hell?
Hell yeah. I mean, it's obviously not working right now.
They could have done that.
Free John Wall.
Free John Wall.
John Wall.
According to Ramona
Don't let my boy go out like this.
He's not gonna be freed, I don't think.
Don't let him go out like this.
He has one more year, right?
He does.
I guess they could trade him next year during the summer.
And they will not buy him out.
Maybe.
They refuse to buy this man out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
He's not playing for them. Like, they're still paying him.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's owed $47 million. If they could buy him out for 35, like, wouldn't that make more sense?
He wants his money for sure.
Yeah,
but
I guess,
gotta trade him.
But like,
I don't know to who or how or why.
They lost their one opportunity. So
nah, bro, there's still the off season.
Instagram story now, just like talking about how he wants to be free, and I'm like,
oh man,
God, not like this, bro. He deserves better. Someone do it. OKC, I'm looking at you.
OKC. What's the point?
Awful.
What's the point of going from Houston to OKC?
Picks.
So we can play.
He's not going to play in OKC.
Why would he play there?
I don't know.
They have better guards than the Rockets.
I just want him. I want more for him.
They would buy him out.
Dude, I don't think all of OKC.
Bro, you're telling me he's going to play over Giddey? You're crazy.
No, I'm setting up buy him. They'd probably buy him out.
He can come off the bench.
If the Rockets traded him to the Thunder and included a pick, they would buy him out immediately.
They would buy him out immediately, right?
Yeah. They would just take a pick. Rusty would stock that. Good to go.
Yeah.
Man, I just want him to play. I don't care how much he plays, bro. Just let him play.
I don't think he would be able to get traded to the Clippers, but I think it would be sick if he was on the Clippers, like just in like a 6-man type of role. Like, I think that would be a great fit. He couldn't be traded there because they wouldn't be able to take on his contract. So if he was bought out and then the Clippers signed him on like a vet minimum or something, I think that would be a great fit for him at this point in his career.
Make the most sense.
Vet min.
Lakers.
Any team that doesn't take John Wall on a vet min.
Vet min money.
Sleeping.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
Who else didn't make a move that I felt like should have made? Oh,
the Hawks.
The Hawks. Nothing. The Knicks.
I mean, the Hawks made moves
did nothing.
Before, but
do you guys see what the team have like said about the Hawks? Or I think Clint said it, where they kind of expected to make the playoffs like from the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So that's why they haven't been focused throughout the season, which is
dumb,
kind of rough, honestly. I mean, they had one season where they made the Eastern Conference Finals and they got complacent, which
and the
is
East just
not
got
a great look.
Yeah, the East just got better. Like,
yeah.
I think Trey at the beginning of the season also said the same thing where he was like, "Yeah, I'm bored because it's boring playing regular season basketball." It's like, damn, bro, like
you got to make the playoffs.
You got to make the playoffs.
There one time,
yeah,
and thought that was just like how it was.
Yeah, that's the only thing he'll get ready for now.
Eastern
Conference Finals.
Practice, my boy. Get those games in. Hawks. I mean, they got Kevin Knox now, so pretty much all their problems are solved.
Worst player in the league.
The Knicks got Cam Reddish, who doesn't play. He just doesn't like him.
Hey, bro,
He just doesn't like him.
So whack.
Let him. Like,
bro,
he got to do something.
Fire Thibs.
He's got to do something. Like, you're the 12 seed. You're 2-8 in your last 10. Like,
he's going to continue to play Taj Gibson.
Like, what are you doing? You don't even have to like. You don't have to play him a lot. Just get you can't get 20 minutes.
On the Knicks, like their wing rotation is rough.
Kevin Fournier is playing 40-ish minutes a night, right? Like,
what is that, dude? Like, stagger it a little bit. Like, give Obi Toppin 25 minutes, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Nah, just play 5 players, 40 minutes every night.
5 bad players the entire game. What is this?
Players every night.
God damn.
Yeah, RJ Barrett got hurt recently, right? I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's seriously hurt, but because he's been playing 40 minutes every game.
It's like let him rest. Man. Just he's stubborn, I guess. I just don't understand it.
That's an understatement.
He's
stubborn for sure.
And they knew what was going to happen.
But I don't know how you can watch that and be like, "Yep, let's just do this the whole season. Let's just do this.
Let's keep him on next year as well." I mean, I hope I feel like they should fire him. I feel like he's
after this.
Yeah,
man.
But will they?
They
probably not.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
I don't know. Maybe
him and Worldwide West are too tight. I don't think they're going to fire him. But
we'll see how bad the season ends. But
it's really bad. It's going to be bad.
It's going to be very bad. Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah, I mean, you guys don't think they'll make the play-in, right?
No shot.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Solidly no.
I don't think they will.
Because the East is too deep this year.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
The Hawks have the 10 right now, and I don't think
the Hawks have been playing better recently, so it's hard to see. Hard to see the Knicks getting in over that.
Over the Wizards too? Not likely.
I mean,
that's probably the most likely, if I had to be honest.
Damn.
The Wizards, I could definitely see them fall out. Kind of sad, but
the Nets are the 8 seed, bro. Come on.
Yeah. The Nets. I mean, it's gonna be scary, man. It's gonna be scary.
None of the teams that are 1 through 9 are gonna fall out.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. The 9 seed is the Hornets, who are 500. They're 29-29.
They're good.
That's the
that's
9.
Interesting. Yeah, that's crazy. That's actually really deep. That's insane.
So deep.
That's insane. Wait, what?
That's what I was saying.
Without the play-in, I guess the Hornets, if they stayed in that position, wouldn't even be able to
They wouldn't.
They wouldn't have a chance at all. Which is crazy to think about.
And then you flip it over in the West, and the Clippers are the 8 seed, and they're 29-30, under 500. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Speak that.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably a good place to wrap it up. This was a good episode. A lot happened. We probably missed a lot. Let us know your thoughts on the trade deadline. Who won? Who lost? Who's going to win the championship this year?
Everyone say their pick.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Nets.
Bucks.
Warriors.
Okay. I like that pick.
Warriors.
Okay.
I like the Warriors pick. That's assuming health, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, health for everyone. So
may everyone be healthy. Health upon you. All right.
All right. Peace, guys.
Bye.